Now an update on the SARS protests. Though the Nigerian army has pulled out of the Lagos Judicial Panel on restitution for victims of SARS-related abuses, more evidence is still being documented on the role soldiers played in the violence at the Lekki Toll Plaza last October. Kemi Fola-Adeyemo here reports on how far the panel has gone and the remaining tasks ahead of them.
Among the states of the Federation that constituted panels of inquiry on police brutality following the intervention of the National Economic Council on the violence that ensued from the SARS protests, the Lagos body is still on course in its mandate. More than 6 months have passed since the panel began its inquiry on SARS abuses here in Lagos. And the progress achieved so far has largely been hailed, especially for several petitioners who say they had since given up hope on ever getting justice for established brutality meted on them by SARS operatives. Within these 6 months, the panel has opened more than 100 petitions out of a total of 235 before it, awarding 56.25 million naira as compensation in 10 cases out of the 200 million set aside by the state government, while 3 petitions didn't get any compensation due to a failure to prove their allegations. And now, to clear the lingering caseload within the limited time, 38 petitions that have gotten judgments in their favor at regular courts but yet to be enforced by the police have been set aside, with the panel saying it will soon decide whether to strike them out. But it is also stressing more diligence from parties and counsel, exhibiting less tolerance for delay tactics.
We cannot hold the panel responsible for the delays because the panel has always sat when it's supposed to sit. What we have had are, excuses or reasons for adjournments from parties other than the panel.
When we were still under the 6 months, we were listing about 10, 15 matters on the list, and we were even able to deal with some of them. But now we have 7, 8 matters on the course list, and yet some days we are not able to deal with 3. I would be kidding myself if I say that the panel will be able to deal with the petitions they have within the next 3 months.
So the governor via the Attorney General have to tread with caution the way they are going about the timeline for the panel. Timeline should not be an issue. Lives have been lost. Families are mourning. Breadwinners have been lost. What are we talking about? Timeline. The over 235 petitions before the panel should be heard and should be heard in full and should not be rushed because we want justice.
The Justice Doris Okuwobi-led panel maintains that it is following the principles of due process of law and fair hearing, which shouldn't be misconstrued as weakness or helplessness. Kemi Fola-Adeyemo, TVC News, Lagos.